white liberals.
All the white folks came down here, left the north side to come up here and help us do this stupid baby, all them already kids out here not eating. What you want me to pick through that like I'm an animal? What the this got to do with George Floyd? And then yesterday it was murdering people. Can't even give my kids nothing to eat, man.
Does Joe Biden, does Kamala, do they really even truly care?
New Journey PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising. Paid for by newjourneypac.org and not authorized by any candidate or
Welcome, everybody, to the Water Cooler. I'm David Brody. It's Friday, October 9th. Look, it's not every day you hear about a plot to kidnap a sitting governor. So that's making news at the Water Cooler today for sure. So to get you up to speed, federal and state prosecutors have charged 13 members of an armed group with domestic terrorism charges after foiling their plot to kidnap Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer. The group's called Wolverine Watchmen. We're going to have more on them in the show today. Of course, the left is trying to blame all of this on President Trump. Then again, they also blame him for global warming, so really it's not surprising at all. Also today, how about Nancy Pelosi? She's at it again. She's trying to change the 25th Amendment to create a commission that would work with the vice president to determine if the president of the United States is unable to discharge the powers and duties of his office due to physical or mental incapacity. Clearly a shot at the president, not to mention Joe Biden, by the way, who may need the 25th Amendment if he becomes president. And the presidential debates, will next week's debate even happen? Could it still be in person? So many unanswered questions and literally so little time. But first, our newsmaker, the former mayor of New York, legal counsel to the president of the United States, and someone I've known a long time now, Rudy Giuliani. Mr. Mayor, great to see you again. Appreciate you.
Great to see you. How are you?
I'm doing well. I want to start with this whole Gretchen Whitmer kidnap plot. What do you make of that? I mean, you're a law enforcement guy. That whole thing seems pretty bizarre.
It is, but you know, as a former mayor and someone responsible at times for the security of both President Reagan and even President Clinton, this happens all the time. Now, I don't mean it gets to this level all the time. For that one, there were 100 threats of something like that happening to a president, a mayor, a governor. You'd be surprised how many crazy things you get. And the wonderful thing about law enforcement is they don't lose the forest for the trees. They stick on every single one of them. You know, I was a subject of a plot with Newt Gingrich a year and a half ago to be killed in Paris, France, and they caught the people, the Islamic terrorists from Iran, just the day before. And they're going to blow up 100,000 people, including me, Mrs. Rajavi, and Newt Gingrich. And then I was a subject of a plot 6 months before that in Albania. I can't tell you how often I've come a day or two close to their killing me. So I feel for her. I really, no matter our political differences.
Yeah. And
I feel for her if she's not been in law enforcement, because I had the experience of having people wanting to kill me when I was 32 years old. I lived with that, prosecuting the mafia, the drug cartels. Right. And you say, well, you know, we ward all of them off. And then, my God, there's always the one. We can't be perfect 100% of the times. But I know we do a better job now than we ever did. And I'm glad they caught them. I also should emphasize, when they blame it on President Trump, well, then you got to blame Black Lives Matter on Biden and on his running mate. I mean, after all, Black Lives Matter gets money from the same source as the Democratic Party. Millions and millions go through a place called Blue Acre or something. It's a set-up company by Soros, where millions and millions go to Black Lives Matter, the Democratic Party, Antifa, and they surely are encouraged, Black Lives Matter and Antifa, by the dead silence of the Democratic Party in condemning them. I think it was Biden who made the extraordinary comment that Antifa is an idea. I mean, that would be like saying the KKK is an idea, or the Mafia is an idea, or the Nazi Army was an idea. So for whatever the worth of that, which I don't think very much of, I'm sorry if they're going to blame that one incident on Donald Trump. Well, they got about $3 billion worth of damage, a couple of cops killed, and about 2,000 people in the hospital due to organizations not only do they support, but they help to bail out of jail.
Mayor, I want to ask you about these debates that we are hearing so much about, and the president frustrated that they want to do it virtually. I want to get your take on that specifically, and also this idea that the Commission on Presidential Debates is kind of has it in for the president and is a bit biased here in terms of how they're approaching this. What's your take?
Well, I was a catcher, right? And whenever my pitcher was basically on, but they called 15 balls in a row, 10 of which looked over the plate to me, I figured he was being paid by the other side. So they've never given us a call, ever. I mean, in the first debate with Hillary, the phone went out. We asked them for a one-on-one debate, a Lincoln Douglas debate. They didn't grant that. This time we asked them if we could have debates before September 28th. Remember, about 15, 20% of the people had voted before the first debate. That wasn't fair. I wrote to them 2 months before and asked them, what would be so hard in having the debates in September so everybody that's voting could have those debates? The Biden people didn't want to do it. They wouldn't overrule the Biden people, even though the entire format of the debates was written in an age when we didn't have early voting. To me, that's a totally unprincipled decision. I mean, the right thing to do is when the circumstances change, you change the debates. Wouldn't it be stupid to have the debates after the election? Well, they're having the debates after the election for about 30% of the people. I mean, that's stupid. It only favors the Democrats because they know every time Biden debates, there's a risk he's going to do I can't remember, I pledge allegiance to the United States, God, I don't remember. That could happen at any moment. My message is, my message is, hey guys, you don't fool us. You work for the other side. Don't pretend you don't. And maybe this is the end of you, because to put Scully up as a moderator, I mean, I like him. He's a nice man. He's interviewed me.
Yeah, he is.
I'm not even sure he'd be as bad as Wallace. I can't imagine being as bad as Wallace, interrupting as much and one-sided. The woman who did it the other night wasn't as bad as Wallace, but the interruptions were all in favor of saving a candidate who really basically disappeared from the screen in a bunch of smirks. And the only thing I remember that she said during those debates is smirking. But Wallace virtually took up the debate for Biden. I mean, I texted at the end, Trump won, Wallace 2, Biden never showed up.
Mr. Mayor, I want to move on.
But tell me how you can select somebody who worked for Joe Biden, worked for Kennedy, never worked for a single Republican, to moderate this kind of debate. I mean, suppose they asked me to moderate it, or
I would like to see that.
Kushner. Well, I'll do one. I'll be fair.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. And let me ask you about COVID-19. Let me ask you about COVID-19. How are you feeling? You were at the they call it the super spreader event. That's what the media calls it, the Amy Coney Barrett event. How are you feeling, and what do you make of all of the reporting that's been done on the president and the fact that COVID is spreading around the West Wing?
You are the first to hear the announcement because I just got it 2 minutes before you called. I got a call from the clinic, and they said your last test, which I took yesterday, came out negative. So that's now my third test. This was a very extensive test. It took a day to come back. This would put me now virtually 10 days out from the time I was exposed. There's a theoretical 14-day period, but every doctor says it's really 7 to 10. I have no symptoms, and I know this will be very disappointing to about 3/4 of the Washington news media, who are dying to get me out of the campaign. And I tell you, they were very nice in sending me, anything I wanted if I would just quarantine myself for 14 days. I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
You're okay.
And not only that,
fine.
I'm better than I usually am. I'm in got great energy. I can go out and campaign from tomorrow. And I got the feeling, I got it about 3 days ago, that this election has turned. And it's about to turn some more. And I just got some very good polls that are quite legitimate. In Florida, we're ahead. We've narrowed his lead, even in the phony Fox poll, by half. Narrowing the lead in 5 days and half shows momentum. And in three other states that we have to win, we've pulled ahead, and we're within the margin of error in the next. In the last 4 days, there's been a big surge for the president. Even those 12-point polls have now closed to 6 points. At 4 points, he wins any poll.
Are those internal polls?
I'll give you a funny thing your listeners can count on. In 2016, he won every election where he was behind by less than 8 points now.
Right.
He won every election where he was behind by 4 points in the exit polls, except one. Or two, Minnesota and New Hampshire. But he won something like, we had 18, he won 16 out of 18 where he was within 5, meaning losing by 5 points on election day.
Are there a couple of states that you think that
hidden Trump vote?
Are there a couple of states that you think that this president's going to win, that the media is going to be shocked that he wins, whether it be a Minnesota or Nevada?
Well, I go at it this way: if he wins the states that he has to win, that he won last time, and that I think he's going to win, he wins. Then you have extra states that are frosting on the cake, right? So Michigan was last time. We hadn't had Michigan in a long time. But Wisconsin even more. This time, I mean, it should be a surprise if he wins Minnesota. I don't think we've had Minnesota since, I'm not sure Reagan won Minnesota. He certainly didn't in Mondale. That was the only state Mondale won.
That's right.
He couldn't.
That's true.
Yeah. So it would have to be Reagan or before Reagan. I actually feel better this time about Minnesota than I do about Wisconsin. I think Montana, he will win. I think that this time we're going to have to work hard in Michigan to keep them on board. I think we're going to have to work hard in Wisconsin to keep them on board. I think Ohio, we're in good shape. And I think in Pennsylvania, good also.
All right.
Thank you.
Mayor, I appreciate it. You can go on and on with those states, but we're going to have you back sometime soon. I'm up against a hard break. We'll see you next time. Thanks.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and as you know, my passion is to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. That's why I created my new Giza Dreams bed sheets. I guarantee you they'll be the most comfortable sheets you'll ever own.
With the Giza Dream Sheets, I'm getting the best sleep of my life.
They are so soft and smooth. I never slept so good.
I fall asleep faster because I'm actually comfortable.
I started by using the world's best cotton called Giza. It's only grown in a region between the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Nile River. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable, which is why I can give you my full 10-year warranty. But I didn't stop there. My Giza sheets also include full 21-inch wide pillowcases that will fit over any pillow and deep pocket sheets that will fit over any mattress. I guarantee you the first night you sleep on my sheets, you'll never want to sleep on anything else.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now. MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets are available in a variety of colors and will be the softest, most comfortable sheets you will ever own. Use the promo code and get 2 for 1 low price, plus free shipping. Giza Dreams are made with the finest, most sought-after cotton in the world. Giza cotton was once reserved for only the finest dress shirts, but is now available in Mike's Giza Dream Sheets. They feature a beautiful silky sateen weave that helps keep you cool and comfortable all night long.
With the Giza Dream Sheets, I'm getting the best rest of my life.
I love my Giza Dream Sheets.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now to get your very own MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets. Use the promo code and Mike will give you a very special 2 for 1 low price and free shipping. That's right, get 2 for 1 low price and free shipping. Call or go online now.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
I'm Nick Bolton, and these days...
Hey there.
Hey there. It seems everybody has a pair of tactical sunglasses.
Good morning.
Morning. But what if you already wear glasses? Then you need these flip-up tack glasses. These new glasses fit right over your existing eyewear to give you all the benefits of our tack glasses while you comfortably wear your regular glasses. Plus, like all tack glasses, flip-up tack glasses feature Bell & Howell light filtering technology that makes invisible objects suddenly become visible. There's just nothing like them on the market today. Here you go, buddy.
Thanks, Nick.
Act now to get your flip-up tack glasses for just $19.99, and we'll even ship them to you free. But wait, order today and you can get a second pair. Just pay a separate fee. Here's how to order.
Call 1-800-284-4127 or go to flipupglasses.com. That's 1-800-284-4127 or order online at flipupglasses.com.
Welcome back to the water cooler, everybody. All right, let's get educated and informed on exactly who and what this Wolverine Watchman group in Michigan is. Are they a bunch of Trump-loving white supremacists? A quick read of media headlines, especially on the far left, would suggest exactly that. So for more, we want to bring in Kyle Olson, a reporter for Breitbart News. He's based in Michigan, also host of the Kyle Olson Show, syndicated on Michigan radio stations. Kyle, hey, thanks for being here. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Kyle, look, you've reported extensively about this story, especially about militia groups in Michigan. What can you tell us about this story? And we'll get into the broader Michigan militia issue in a moment. Tell us about the story first and what you're hearing, reporting.
Sure. So the two United States attorneys filed charges against 6 individuals yesterday, accusing them of conspiracy to commit kidnapping against the governor of Michigan, Gretchen Whitmer. And so immediately, the media, Joe Biden, Governor Whitmer, et cetera, they immediately blame President Trump simply because, well, if this person was trying, or if these individuals were allegedly trying to kidnap the Democratic governor, well, clearly they're Republicans or Trump supporters. And so I started looking into these individuals, and there was one specifically, Brandon Caserta, who had a number of videos on Facebook and YouTube where he is, in my judgment, is a classic anarchist. He hates government, period. He doesn't believe Trump is a good guy. And in fact, there was a clip, there was a video he put out where he referred to him as a traitor and as a tyrant. And so that's what this guy was about. He doesn't like government, period. And so to say that they're Trump supporters, I think is incorrect.
Well, and let's go right to the evidence, Kyle. You mentioned Brandon Caserta, and you actually specifically mentioned him talking about Trump. Here is what he says about Donald Trump. Have a look.
No, Trump is not your friend, dude. And it amazes me that people actually believe that when he's shown over and over and over again that he's a tyrant. Every single person that works for government is your enemy, dude.
Kyle, this just seems to be lazy journalism, and yet again by the quote mainstream media.
Right, and above his shoulder there, he had an anarchist flag, and so he had an apartment. I believe he was in Detroit, and he had anarchist flags, and I mean that was his mantra. He didn't like the police. He was very critical of the police. So that was where he was coming from. But you're exactly right. It's lazy journalism. I think it's in the mindset of the mainstream media that, clearly anyone who would want to take out or attempt to kidnap a Democratic governor must be a Trump supporter. But that just simply is not the case. And then if you look at the charging documents, because there were a total of 13 individuals charged, 6 were charged with federal crimes, 7 were charged with state crimes. So this militia group, they were plotting this for months. They were meeting in Ohio, they were meeting in Michigan, et cetera. And if you look at the charging documents, obviously, clearly this is a very serious case, and I don't want to try and make light of it. But if you look at the meetings that they had and what they were talking about, to me, these are just sort of knuckleheads who thought that they could go out and try and, seize the governor. They talked about storming the Capitol, which, of course, apparently they didn't know the governor is not actually at the Capitol. She's across the street. And they wanted to, attack her cottage, which she's rarely there. They proposed seizing her at the governor's official residence on Mackinac Island, which is a popular tourist destination in northern Michigan. And then they thought that they would take her by boat to Wisconsin, where they would conduct a trial. I mean, that was the mentality of these guys. Now, clearly, according to the charging documents, they were heavily armed. They had sophisticated surveillance equipment. So it appears like they knew what they were doing, but they just were sort of clumsy, in my judgment, about how they were going about it.
Yeah, they were kind of whiteboarding. Hey, I have an idea. Let's go ahead and kidnap the governor, that type of stuff. No, I got you for sure. Hey, I want to play this is Brandon Consterta again, because you mentioned the anti-cop sentiment, and he references this in a video as well, sounding very much like the Antifa sentiment, or as Joe Biden would say, the Antifa idea. Have a listen.
Not a single cop has arrested another cop for violating his oath. The only time you can find a good cop arresting a bad cop is for like drunk driving or something like that. You know, and even then they're so light on them, and half the time they get away with it. All right, this is a violent gang, okay, that has each other's back, and they're organized.
Look, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out he's talking bad about the cops. He's got the anarchist symbols in the background. I mean, come on, media, put it together.
Right, exactly. And in one of the other videos that he posted, because I watched, as soon as he was charged, I watched several of his videos on Facebook, and then his Facebook page disappeared. And I watched several of his videos on YouTube, and then his YouTube account was deleted. But he would make statements like the Constitution is illegitimate, because in his judgment, the Constitution, which I think conservatives revere, is a document that what he called the ruling class uses to rule over everyone else. So that was his mentality. This guy was not a Trump supporter. He was not a conservative. He doesn't believe in limited government. Actually, he believes in no government.
Kyle, let me ask you a little bit about the overall Michigan militia movement. And, you know, by the way, that term's become toxic, you know, militia groups. Gretchen Whitmer doesn't want you to call them militia groups, wants you to call them domestic terrorists. Anyhow, you can address that if you want to. But what do you know about the state of play in Michigan as it relates to some of this movement that we're seeing on the ground there? We got about less than a minute left, by the way.
Sure. Well, I saw a number of militia members when I would go to these protests in Lansing. I was live streaming for Breitbart, and you know there would be thousands of people there protesting, and you'd have 15 or 20 militia members, and they had their AR-15s and other types of guns, and completely peaceful, completely respectful, which they absolutely have a right to do. And so, there is a lot of this talk that these movements are growing. But, I mean, it just seems to me that they're largely peaceful. And you had this small group that thought they could somehow, kidnap the governor and seize the state government.
Kyle, very informative. I really appreciate not only are you on top of the story, but in Michigan, really giving us that insight. Thanks so much. I really appreciate that. All right. Well, when we come back, President Trump says former President Obama committed treason against him. He actually told me that a few months ago. More on that. Plus, what about Democrats abusing power? Our next guest says, watch out.
Stay tuned to get a free pan from Granite Stone. Stuck on eggs, burnt on batter. You can scrub and scrape, but you can't escape the nightmare of your sticky pans. Introducing the Granite Stone Pan, the all-new durable non-stick pan. No butter or oil needed. Watch, we melted down these sticky candies in Granite Stone, and it just doesn't stick. We cooked a half a dozen eggs, bacon, cheese, and tomato breakfast with no butter or oil, and it just doesn't stick. Look, caramels, chocolate, and cheese. Unreal for any other pan, but not for Granite Stone. It just doesn't stick. Granite Stone will be the last pan you'll ever need because it's pressed from a solid aluminum disc for even heat conduction, then coated 3 times with our durable Granite Stone finish. Granite Stone is metal utensil safe and won't scratch. And talk about non-stick. This salmon cooked skin side down with no added butter or oil just doesn't stick. This steak is perfectly seared, just like the pros. And because Granite Stone is oven rated to 500 degrees, we bake this upside down pan pizza to perfection, and it just doesn't stick. Fire Flambe Delicious Cherries Jubilee. Plus, it's PFOA free and 100% dishwasher safe. Call or go online to get your Granite Stone pan for the special TV discount price of just $19.99. Granite Stone is so durable it comes with a 10-year warranty. And with every order, you're going to get a Granite Stone single-serve egg pan absolutely free. It's the perfect size for personalized eggs, omelets, or frittatas that slide right out. It makes the best bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich quick. Yours absolutely free. We'll even ship your entire order free. That's right, free shipping. You get it all, an incredible value. Here's how to order.
To order, call 1-800-850-0237. That's 1-800-850-0237, or order online at buygranitestone.com. That's 1-800-850-0237. Call now.
I'm Nick Bolton, and these days...
Hey there.
Hey there. It seems everybody has a pair of tactical sunglasses.
Good morning.
Morning. But what if you already wear glasses? Then you need these flip-up tack glasses. These new glasses fit right over your existing eyewear to give you all the benefits of our tack glasses while you comfortably wear your regular glasses. Plus, like all tack glasses, flip-up tack glasses feature Bell & Howell light filtering technology that makes invisible objects suddenly become visible. There's just nothing like them on the market today. Here you go, buddy.
Thanks, Nick.
Act now to get your flip-up tack glasses for just $19.99, and we'll even ship them to you free. But wait, order today and you can get a second pair. Just pay a separate fee. Here's how to order.
Call 1-800-284-4127 or go to flipupglasses.com. That's 1-800-284-4127 or order online at flipupglasses.com.
Welcome back to the water cooler. All right, so remember impeachment? Yeah, of course we remember impeachment. And President Trump has talked specifically about President Obama as it relates to the fact that he believes that President Obama actually committed treason against him. Now, of course, impeachment feels like years ago, but it was actually in 2020. It's been crazy this year. Now, this interview with President Trump happened a couple of months ago. I actually sat down with the president and asked him about Obama. I want to play that, exactly what he said to me. Have a look. On Obama and the spying situation, this idea that they were spying on your campaign, you've been asked before about what crime he would have potentially committed. But I remember you talking to
treason.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you.
It's treason. Look,
it's treason. Look. Okay. That's
when
what
I came out a long time ago, I said, they've been spying on my campaign. Mm-hmm. I said, they've been taping, and that was in quotes, meaning a modern-day version of taping. It's all the same thing, but a modern-day version. But they've been spying on my campaign. I told you that a long time ago. Turned out I was right. Let's see what happens to him now.
Well, joining us now to talk about Trump's enemies and impeachment and what it all means going forward is Fred Lucas, the White House correspondent for the Daily Signal. He is out with a new book. It's called Abuse of Power: Inside the 3-Year Campaign to Impeach Donald Trump. Fred, good to have you here. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, David.
Well, Fred, tell us about the book. Lay it out for us.
Well, basically, it tells us how you got to the point of an election year impeachment trial in the Senate. And it did not start with a Ukraine phone call. It really started the moment, really the Wednesday after Election Day in 2016, when there was this constant move. It was resistance before day one, really. The resistance had sort of formed before the inauguration day. And you had this push believing that President Trump was unfit, that he was an existential threat to everything in the Beltway. And they had pushed, the left had pushed resolutions. This was actually the 4th impeachment resolution. So the 4th time was a charm in this case that was voted on the floor of the House. And they managed to get this through after the Russia investigation had collapsed. They had to move on to Ukraine, essentially.
You know, it's fascinating. Impeachment is such a huge story, obviously, but now with with coronavirus and Everything else that's happened in 2020 feels like impeachment. Sometimes feels like a slow news day to a degree. But I'm curious a little bit about Adam Schiff and Nancy Pelosi and Gerald Nadler. I mean, the cast of characters is long. What did you discover in the book about them?
Well, yeah, this book's based on interviews both on Capitol Hill and in the White House. But yeah, the book really gets abuse of power, really gets into detail about the rivalry between Jerry Nadler, who, as Judiciary Chairman, was supposed to run this impeachment, how he was really pushed out of the way by Adam Schiff through some, a very aggressive Adam Schiff in this case, who really was pushing impeachment before. Also, with Nancy Pelosi, for years, she had wanted to avoid an impeachment, not because she was not for any benevolent reasons. She just thought it was bad politics. But she was really sort of pushed into a corner by her base, specifically the squad, really, in order to maintain her leadership.
What do some of your reporting sources in the book talk or reveal when it comes to Lieutenant Colonel Vindman, who we've heard so much about? He was kind of like, in a way, the Democrats' star witness there, though it kind of, quite frankly, fizzled out to a degree, but they wanted to call him the star witness. What do you make of him in the book?
Well, he was actually one of the few witnesses who actually did hear the phone call. But, the book actually gets into Vindman was pretty much the guy who got the impeachment ball rolling. It's almost clear he very nearly, during the House testimony, admitted that he was the one who spoke to the whistleblower during this whole ordeal. A lot of us, most of us in D.C. know who the whistleblower probably was, or who we think we know it is. But this was almost a Vindman project, and Vindman had a tough time believing that the president, the elected president of the United States, was not supposed to listen to his talking points.
Fred, the title of the book's Abuse of Power, so I'm curious about kind of some of the conclusions you're coming to in this book because of that title, and it makes me think of the Durham report and whether or not we're going to see that before the election. Now it seems like it's questionable whether we will, but that Durham report is coming, and there's a lot of folks that could be very much held accountable or not, and if they're not, that's going to be a big problem, especially in conservative circles.
Yeah, I think people were maybe expecting more indictments than we had now. I mean, we had this Kevin Kleinsmith who pleaded guilty, but whatever comes out, there's probably not going to be any type of report before the election, because I think John Durham doesn't want to look as if he's trying to influence the election. I think the big question would be, if Joe Biden does win this race, will the investigation be able to continue if Durham doesn't wrap it up before January 21st?
Speaking of Joe Biden, does the book touch, or how much does the book touch on Hunter Biden and Joe Biden, any of the connections there? Because we know that he was involved in the unmasking of General Flynn. Yeah,
the book gets quite a bit into Joe Biden, Hunter Biden. They're basically how they ran a international conflict of interest racket. What goes far beyond Burisma, goes quite a bit into China, of course, and it's not really just not Hunter Biden alone. And so much of the Biden family just was involved in the largesse of Joe Biden's position, going back to his ranking member and chairmanship of the Foreign Relations Committee. Joe Biden's brother, other family members really took advantage of that with international business interests, and then that expanded as he was vice president.
Fred,
I think one thing.
Go ahead.
Sure.
Go ahead,
I think one thing. If Biden is the president, I don't think we would expect to see Hunter Biden slow down at all or learn from what's happened in the past. That's not in his characteristics at all. He's sort of a Billy Carter on steroids.
Well, I've never quite heard that put that way before. And you know what? I tell you what, I think I'm just going to leave it at that. I mean, not often you hear it like that, Fred. Thank you so much for being on. It's a great book, Abuse of Power, Dealing with Impeachment. I hope you come back on soon. All right. That threw me for a loop. Coming up, myth busting when it comes to abortion. Some key information for you to have when we come back. We've got one of the leaders in that movement that has some pretty startling info. Back in a moment.
Brett Favre, legendary quarterback. Jerry Rice, legendary wide receiver.
You ready for your weekly meeting?
Yeah, we're ready.
Let's do this.
Let's stack the deck.
When legends play, they wear Copperfit Advanced Back Pro. Copperfit's best-selling compression back support just got better with new double-band adjustable supports for customizable compression when you need it most.
Since I put this on, I feel so much better. The core is the most important thing. To know that I'm stabilized here. Whatever I'm doing, I can give it 100%.
4 built-in stabilizing supports designed to improve posture and help reduce lower back stress and strain.
You have back pain and it's affecting your everyday life. You do something.
If you can find something to help you get back out and be active like Copperfit, go for it.
Absolutely.
Do not give up.
A high-performance compression fabric infused with the powerful properties of copper, 360-degree flexible mobility, and lightweight, durable construction.
Nothing more painful than having back pains. If you're aching, if you feel like you can't work out anymore, you can. And that's with Copperfit.
Yeah. It's for all of us who still want to be active, still want to compete.
Way to go. That's what I'm talking about. Man, this really does feel good. It feels to me like the fountain of youth.
Copperfit's best-selling back support just got bigger, badder, and better. Or call 1-800-944-5851. Or on the web at advancedbackpro.com. Get yours now for only $19.99.
This does feel good.
That's what I've been saying.
You think it was fair?
It was fun.
Play for the love of the game.
Copperfit, live limitless.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I'm here to tell you about my new product from MyPillow. Towels that actually work. Watch this absorbency test. Here's another towel that we randomly went out and bought. Here's one of my towels with the nice design. I don't know if you can see this, but you could line a swimming pool with this. I mean, this is crazy. Get rid of it. Towels that actually work. What a concept.
I really love the towels. They're really great. They're super absorbent.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now. The new MyPillow towels are exclusively made with 100% USA combed cotton with proprietary technology and with maximum absorbency. They dry you faster and are guaranteed to work. And listen to this. Use the promo code on your screen and Mike will include a second full towel set with bath towel, hand towel, and washcloth absolutely free. That's 2 MyPillow towel sets for the price of 1 in your choice of color.
I personally guarantee they're going to be the best towels you'll ever own.
Order now.
Welcome back to the water cooler, everybody. Look, with Amy Coney Barrett's Supreme Court nomination hearing set to begin on Monday, the topic of abortion will once again be front and center. Since the Supreme Court essentially legalized the procedure back in 1973 with Roe v. Wade, the topic has not only never gone away, it's actually gotten even more intense. And our next guest has some groundbreaking new information on abortion. It may make you think twice about what you're hearing in the mainstream media and those circles all the time. Danielle D'Souza Gill is author of the book, The Choice, The Abortion Divide in America, and she joins us now. Danielle, hey, thanks for being here. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Danielle, tell us, so what did you try to accomplish in the book? Kind of lay it out for us.
Well, you know, I moved to New York when I graduated from college, and I saw Governor Cuomo light up the Freedom Tower pink to celebrate 9-month abortions for no medical reason. And I think at that point when I realized that 7 states had legalized this, that this was an issue we had to really start speaking about more, not just in terms of kind of the pro-life niche audience, but in terms of how can we reach more people. And so my book was really, the goal was to kind of myth bust all the most popular pro-choice arguments that we hear and that we don't talk about enough.
let's go through some of those myths. Obviously, you list them and you deal with them extensively in the book. What are a couple big ones that you think that just are myths that are out there that people are buying into some lies?
I think the Democrats' argument used to be, safe, legal, and rare. They used to argue that when they kind of wanted Roe v. Wade to be passed in 1973. But I think now that we've seen kind of the evolution of the Democratic Party, we've seen them really argue that, abortion empowers women. They celebrate abortion. The New York Times recently bought Teen Vogue, and they've been running articles like how to use the abortion pill for teenage girls, things like that. So I think that just the radicalization of it and the myth that abortion empowers women is one of the strongest arguments that I think needs to be dispelled.
It seems like you're on the right side of this, and what I mean by that specifically is that the polls, especially among younger folks, the Gen Zers, the millennials, unlike gay marriage, the abortion issue seems to be growing in support as it relates to the pro-life movement. We see more pro-lifers each and every day, especially among Catholics and evangelicals. What's your sense about the growing pro-life movement in this country?
I think that it's honestly just only continues to pick up steam because it's a human rights issue. And I think, they like to use the word choice on the other side. That's why they call themselves pro-choice and not pro-abortion. But we have to think about what the choice really means. And that is the choice to kill. It's the choice to take another's life that is not your own. And I think a lot of people realize this. They realize this because of ultrasound, because of the heartbeat, because of all of these developments that allow us to know what is going on in pregnancy, what's happening in the womb. And the fact that, my rights to my choice really only goes as far as your face. I can't, punch you in the face, and in the same way, we can't just wipe out another human being's life.
Danielle, what do you expect next week at Amy Coney Barrett's hearing? Abortion is clearly going to be front and center. What do you expect?
I expect them to treat her worse than they did Kavanaugh. I think that, we kind of saw in 2016 even how they treated Trump. I think there was so much fear that Trump would remake our courts, and he really has. And he has remade them in a way that will have impact far beyond, his 4 or 8 years as president. And I think even with the Kavanaugh hearings, we heard that Christine Blasey Ford's lawyer talked about how Roe v. Wade is part of what motivated her to come forward. And now when we see with Amy Coney Barrett, I think they're going to really focus on criticizing her for her faith. And I think it's because they really do know that the end of Roe v. Wade is near. So I expect a big firestorm to be starting next week for sure.
It's interesting. You brought up something. You said you think she's going to be treated worse than Kavanaugh, which I think is interesting. It makes me think about how pro-life women are treated in this country. We hear so much about feminism and we hear about the women's movement. But if you're a strong pro-life woman, all of a sudden, many of the radical left women out there get pretty silent when it comes to the pro-life women who are speaking strongly.
They do, and it's because it really refutes their narrative. Their narrative is, the pro-lifer is an old, angry man who wants to take away your rights, when in reality, so many of the pro-lifers who are out there marching, who are out there fighting for, the babies in the womb are actually women. The head of Susan B. Anthony List is a woman. The head of the March for Life is a woman. I'm a woman. There are many women out there, and I think it's just the fact that we know that abortion doesn't empower women, and we know that Planned Parenthood, by refusing to even show women, for example, their ultrasounds, things like that, they're basically trying to get women to have abortions by pulling the wool over their eyes and not actually, showing them what's going on. So I think that women who stand up for the pro-life movement are hated the most by the left.
Danielle, where does President Trump fit into all of this? Your book is called The Choice, and boy, I tell you what, he chose pro-life over pro-choice, so to speak. Many say pro-abortion. He's come around on the issue. It's been a while now since he's come around on the issue. What do you make of what he's done and how important his impact has been in the pro-life movement?
Well, I think there have been Republican presidents before him who have acted like they're pro-life or talked about it, but then they don't actually do a lot for the pro-life movement. And I think the incredible thing about President Trump is he's such an unexpected person to make this his issue. But He was very clear about it in holding Planned Parenthood accountable to their Title X funding. Planned Parenthood refused to, separate their funding for other services from their abortion funding, so they lost that Title X funding. President Trump was the first president to speak at the March for Life, and he's talked about defunding Planned Parenthood even further. And I think we even see in his nomination of Amy Coney Barrett that, this is something that he actually really does care about. And I think it's the actions that really matter the most when it comes to actually making change in terms of bringing our country to a more pro-life place.
Danielle, I've got less than a minute left, but I want to ask you about the Women for Trump bus tour. You're a part of that, a very integral part of that. What's happening with that, especially in this campaign season? It's been virtual, but the campaign bus tour does go out there for sure.
Yes, we have a massive pink bus. I have my pink book, so it's great. I love talking to women on the road, talking to undecided voters, and honestly, a lot of them, you would think we'd get hatred, but we actually just get so many women and girls coming up to us wanting to take selfies, wanting to see the bus, and so it's awesome. It's just building so much ground support.
Danielle, really appreciate your time here. It was great to talk to you, and hope to have you back soon. Thank you.
Great. Thank you for having me.
Wonderful. Her book, once again, as I read it here in large font because I can barely see, but that's okay. That's my problem. It's not yours. The author of the book, The Choice, The Abortion Divide in America, Danielle D'Souza Gill. All right, we're back in a moment with the last sip. It's a presidential debate last sip, and I'm kind of ticked off. I don't get ticked off often, but I am now.
Do you have any idea how your mattress affects your body and how well you sleep? Is it too hard or too soft, causing you to wake up with sore shoulders, back, or hips? Are you uncomfortable because you're too hot or too cold? Now you can get the total body support you need and the better sleep you want with the new MyPillow mattress topper.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell. When I invented my new MyPillow mattress topper, I made it to have everything you'd ever want in a topper. My mattress topper helps give you the support you need, helps relieve your pressure points, and regulates your body temperature for you as an individual. It comes with a 10-year warranty. You can wash and dry the cover. It's made in the USA, and I back it with my 60-day money-back guarantee.
Go to MyPillow.com or call now to get your very own MyPillow mattress topper. Use the promo code and Mike will give you 30% off and 2 standard MyPillows absolutely free. Order now.
MyPillow topper delivers on its promise to give me a better night's sleep.
I can sleep all night through, and it's a miracle for me.
Mike's exclusive 3-layer design starts with a layer of MyPillow foam, providing you superior support and comfort. The second layer of transitional foam evenly distributes body weight and helps relieve uncomfortable pressure points for optimal comfort. Mike's ultra-soft outer layer is a patented temperature-regulating cover that helps keep you at your ideal sleeping temperature all night long. Unlike other sleep systems costing thousands, the MyPillow mattress topper takes comfort to a whole new level without any wires, remotes, or moving parts. Call now or go to MyPillow.com to order your MyPillow topper. Use the promo code to save 30%. When you do, Mike will give you 2 of his standard MyPillows absolutely free. That's right, 2 standard MyPillows free and 30% off your MyPillow topper today. Order now.
I personally guarantee it's going to change your bed into the most comfortable bed you'll ever own.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and as you know, my passion is to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. That's why I created my new Giza Dreams bed sheets. I started by using the world's best cotton called Giza. It's only grown in a region between the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Nile River. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable. My Giza sheets also include full 21-inch wide pillowcases that will fit over any pillow and deep pocket sheets that will fit over any mattress. The first night you sleep on my sheets, you'll never want to sleep on anything else.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now to get your very own MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets. Giza Dream Sheets are available in a variety of colors. Use the promo code and Mike will give you 2 for 1 low price and free shipping. That's right, get 2 for 1 low price plus free shipping.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Welcome back, everybody, to the water cooler. Time for the last sip. And, I always do this. I just kind of do a last sip. It's so schmaltzy, honestly. It's a little too gimmicky. It's kind of like Anchorman Will Ferrell. But, whatever. We may do it. We may not. We'll have to see as the time goes on. All right. Time for the last sip. And here's what I want to talk about today. And that is the debates, the Commission on Presidential Debates. I mean, this thing has been a fiasco. It has turned into just helter-skelter. I mean, first of all, let's break this down for a moment. The Commission on Presidential Debates wants to do this virtual debate. Now, they make that call, wait for it, 1 week before the presidential debate is actually going to take place. Now, that makes no sense at all, because we heard from the head of the Commission on Presidential Debates. He says we're going to follow the science. We're going to follow the medicine and all of that. Well, look, if you're going to do that, wouldn't it make sense to see if, I don't know, President Trump was negative for COVID-19? I mean, you would think that would make sense, right? I mean, why in the world are they canceling the debate a week ahead of time? It makes you wonder. Look, I know there's a lot of folks out there that say this is all a setup and the Commission on Presidential Debates is for Biden and all that. I don't know about any of that. But it does come across as extremely fishy that they're actually canceling the in-person debate and instead making it go virtual. So the whole thing was just a bit ridiculous. And let me just say, as it relates to President Trump, he had a tweet out today talking about Steve Scully being a never-Trumper. Now, Steve Scully is the guy who will moderate the second debate if it ever happens, virtually or otherwise. Look, I've known Steve Scully for over 15 years. I've been on C-SPAN multiple times. I've known him as a friend, away from journalism. And I can tell you, he is not a never-Trumper. And by the way, if you're going to be a never-Trumper, hey, you probably don't work for C-SPAN. You know what I'm saying? I mean, C-SPAN is not like throwing it out there with red meat. I mean, come on. Have you seen C-SPAN? I mean, it's pretty kind of comatose chamomile tea. You just need a good tea and a biscuit and just relax. I mean, it's callers from both sides, and Steve Scully is actually a real honorable guy. As a matter of fact, we need more people like Steve Scully in journalism. So for President Trump to call him a never-Trumper, give me a break. It's a bit ridiculous. Now, what Donald Trump was tweeting there regarding Steve Scully, for sure, was fake news. But the larger issue, for sure, is these debates. Virtual, in-person. Come on, let's get the debate on. There's no doubt about it that if Donald Trump is COVID-19 free, why in the world can't he be on the debate stage? Come on, give me a break. We're back in a moment.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and as you know, my passion is to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. That's why I created my new Giza Dreams bed sheets. I guarantee you they'll be the most comfortable sheets you'll ever own.
With the Giza Dream Sheets, I'm getting the best sleep of my life.
They are so soft and smooth. I never slept so good.
I fall asleep faster because I'm actually comfortable.
I started by using the world's best cotton called Giza. It's only grown in a region between the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Nile River. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable, which is why I can give you my full 10-year warranty. But I didn't stop there. My Giza sheets also include full 21-inch wide pillowcases that will fit over any pillow and deep pocket sheets that will fit over any mattress. I guarantee you the first night you sleep on my sheets, you'll never want to sleep on anything else.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now. MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets are available in a variety of colors and will be the softest, most comfortable sheets you will ever own. Use the promo code and get 2 for 1 low price, plus free shipping. Giza Dreams are made with the finest, most sought-after cotton in the world. Giza cotton was once reserved for only the finest dress shirts, but is now available in Mike's Giza Dream Sheets. They feature a beautiful silky sateen weave that helps keep you cool and comfortable all night long.
With the Giza Dream Sheets, I'm getting the best rest of my life.
I love my Giza Dream Sheets.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now to get your very own MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets. Use the promo code and Mike will give you a very special 2 for 1 low price and free shipping. That's right, get 2 for 1 low price and free shipping. Call or go online now.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I'm here to tell you about my new product from MyPillow. Towels that actually work. Watch this absorbency test. Here's another towel that we randomly went out and bought. Here's one of my towels with the nice design. I don't know if you can see this, but you could line a swimming pool with this. I mean, this is crazy. Get rid of it. Towels that actually work. What a concept.
I really love the towels. They're really great. They're super absorbent.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now. The new MyPillow towels are exclusively made with 100% USA combed cotton with proprietary technology and with maximum absorbency. They dry you faster and are guaranteed to work. And listen to this. Use the promo code on your screen and Mike will include a second full towel set with bath towel, hand towel, and washcloth absolutely free. That's 2 MyPillow towel sets for the price of 1 in your choice of color.
I personally guarantee they're going to be the best towels you'll ever own.
Order now.
Well, welcome back. It's Friday, and the news goes on. Every day the news goes on, especially during Donald Trump's administration. My goodness. All right, Sophie Mann here, Just the News. How are you, Sophie?
Hi, David. I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. It's a Friday.
It is.
So I'm ready. All right, so mail-in balloting, and Trump's been complaining about this ad nauseum,
Yes.
but we got some evidence, potentially.
Right. So, yeah, you're correct. This has been like a rhetorical issue that we've seen the president touch on a lot lately over the past couple of months of the campaign. And now we're seeing a bunch of instances, both of lawsuits and just anecdotal examples of things going a little bit awry, as the president had warned they might. So in New Jersey last week, a United States Postal Service worker was arrested for throwing 100 mail-in ballots into a nearby dumpster. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, this was along with about 2,000 other pieces of private mail. So it is illegal, and we don't yet have a motive for why he did it, but he's being brought up in court this week, and we'll see where the case goes. A mail delay is a felony charge it carries a maximum sentence of 5 years, possible fine of $250,000. But really, I think what we should be paying attention to here is that this is not the first story like this we've seen these past few weeks. And I mean, it's possible that we're paying heightened attention. Obviously, ballots are going out at the moment and actually beginning to come back in. But this is, not the first time we've seen the straight up disposal of just bags of mail that are meant to, aid the democratic process, be a part of the democratic process.
Yeah, and I think part of the issue here is, everybody says, oh, it's just isolated incidents. Well, hold on for a minute. Isolated incident after isolated incident, and now you have mail-in balloting at a much wider scale. So now you're looking at an exponential potential threat here.
I think that's right. And I mean, the development of this pattern is definitely something we're beginning to see and track pretty carefully on Just the News. We've also been monitoring the developing lawsuits around this topic that we'd heard were going to come out of this election and have already begun. Just this week, a Florida judge ruled that Florida is not allowed to extend their registration voting deadline, so things will have to stick to the way they were. And a similar thing happened in Wisconsin, where just today a D.C. Circuit Court ruled that the deadline for mail-in ballots was going to have to remain the same, which was a case decided in favor of the RNC, actually, whereas the Democrats were pushing to extend the mail-in ballot deadline. And so we're just going to keep a close eye on sort of all of the litigation efforts coming out of, the mail-in ballot discrepancies.
For sure. Well, if I don't hear it at justthenews.com, I'll just go to Trump's Twitter feed.
Yes, very true.
All right, Sophie, thanks again.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Well, that's it for the show. We've run out of material. We've run out of time, but we're back next week. We'll see you then.
Stay tuned to get a free pan from Granite Stone. Stuck on eggs, burnt on batter. You can scrub and scrape, but you can't escape the nightmare of your sticky pans. Introducing the Granite Stone Pan, the all-new durable non-stick pan. No butter or oil needed. Watch, we melted down these sticky candies in Granite Stone, and it just doesn't stick. We cooked a half a dozen eggs, bacon, cheese, and tomato breakfast with no butter or oil, and it just doesn't stick. Look, caramels, chocolate, and cheese. Unreal for any other pan, but not for Granite Stone. It just doesn't stick. Granite Stone will be the last pan you'll ever need because it's pressed from a solid aluminum disc for even heat conduction, then coated 3 times with our durable Granite Stone finish. Granite Stone is metal utensil safe and won't scratch. And talk about non-stick. This salmon cooked skin side down with no added butter or oil just doesn't stick. This steak is perfectly seared just like the pros. And because Granite Stone is oven rated to 500 degrees, we bake this upside down pan pizza to perfection, and it just doesn't stick. Fire Flambe Delicious Cherries Jubilee. Plus, it's PFOA free and 100% dishwasher safe. Call or go online to get your Granite Stone pan for the special TV discount price of just $19.99. Granite Stone is so durable it comes with a 10-year warranty. And with every order, you're going to get a Granite Stone single-serve egg pan absolutely free. It's the perfect size for personalized eggs, omelets, or frittatas that slide right out. It makes the best bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich quick. Yours absolutely free. We'll even ship your entire order free. That's right, free shipping. You get it all, an incredible value. Here's how to order.
To order, call 1-800-850-0237. That's 1-800-850-0237, or order online at buygranitestone.com. That's 1